What if I told you that a mysterious Chinese philosopher from over 2,500 years ago holds the keys to solving your modern problems? While you're stressed about deadlines, relationships, and finding your purpose, Lao Tzu was writing down life lessons that feel like they were meant for today's world. The man who founded Daoism never sought fame, yet his wisdom has outlasted empires. Today, we're diving deep into 9 transformative lessons from the Dao T-Ching that will completely change how you see yourself and the world around you. Before we start, here's something wild about Lao Tzu that most people don't know. His name literally means old master, and historians aren't even sure if he was a real person or a legend. Some say he was a librarian who got fed up with society and rode off into the mountains on a water buffalo. Whether he's real or mythical doesn't matter because his teachings are about to blow your mind. The first lesson might sound backwards to everything you've been taught about success. Lao Tzu believed in the power of wooi, which translates to non-action or effortless action. Now, before you think this means being lazy, hold up. This isn't about doing nothing. It's about working with the natural flow of life instead of forcing everything to bend to your will. Think about water flowing down a mountain. It doesn't fight the rocks in its path. It flows around them, over them, through the cracks. Eventually, that gentle water carves through solid stone. That's wooi. You stop pushing so hard against every obstacle and start finding the path of least resistance. When you stop forcing conversations, relationships improve. When you stop micromanaging every detail at work, better solutions emerge. The universe has its own intelligence, and sometimes the wisest action is knowing when not to act. The second lesson will challenge your ego in the best possible way. Lao Tzu taught that true strength comes from embracing humility and flexibility, not from being rigid and domineering. He used the metaphor of a tree in a storm. The mighty oak, so proud and inflexible, gets uprooted by strong winds, but the humble reed bends with the storm and survives. In your daily life, this means being willing to admit when you're wrong, to change your mind when presented with new information, and to learn from people you might normally dismiss. The most successful people aren't those who never fail, but those who can adapt quickly when circumstances change. Your flexibility becomes your superpower. Here's the third lesson, and it's going to mess with your head in the best way possible. Lao Tzu believed that the most valuable part of anything is often the empty space, not the solid matter. A cup is useful because of its emptiness, not its ceramic walls. A house is valuable because of the space inside, not the bricks and wood. Applied to your life, this means the pauses between your words make your speech more powerful. The silence between musical notes creates the melody. The downtime between your busy periods allows creativity to flourish. In our culture obsessed with constantly doing and achieving, Lao Tzu reminds us that emptiness and rest aren't wasteful. They're essential. Your most profound insights often come during quiet moments when you're not trying so hard to be productive. The fourth lesson is about leadership, but not the kind you see in corporate boardrooms. Lao Tzu taught that the best leaders are like water, nourishing everything without competing with anything. They lead from behind, making others feel like they're succeeding on their own. This approach works whether you're managing a team, raising children, or influencing friends. Instead of commanding and controlling, you create conditions where others naturally want to follow your vision. You ask questions instead of giving orders. You listen more than you speak. You celebrate others' victories as if they were your own. People don't feel manipulated or coerced. They feel supported and empowered. This kind of leadership creates loyalty that lasts decades, not just until the next job offer comes along. Now for the fifth lesson, which might save you from years of unnecessary suffering. Lao Tzu understood that most of our problems come from wanting things to be different than they are. He taught radical acceptance of what is, while still working toward what could be. This isn't passive resignation. It's strategic wisdom. When you stop fighting reality, you free up enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy. Instead of wasting time being angry that traffic is slow, you use the time to listen to an audiobook. Instead of resenting that your job isn't perfect, you appreciate what it provides while quietly building your exit strategy. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up on change. It means changing from a place of peace rather than frustration. The sixth lesson addresses something we all struggle with: the balance between confidence and arrogance. Lao Tzu taught that those who truly know don't feel the need to show off their knowledge. They're like a valley, humble and low, which is why all waters flow toward it and make it rich and fertile. When you're secure in your abilities, you don't need constant validation. You ask questions not because you're ignorant, but because you're curious. You admit mistakes quickly because your self-worth isn't tied to being right all the time. Paradoxically, this humble confidence makes you more attractive to others and more effective in achieving your goals. Here's the 7th lesson, and it might revolutionize how you handle conflict. Lao Tzu believed that the sage wins without fighting, conquers without violence, and leads without forcing. This doesn't mean being a pushover. It means being so skillful that you resolve problems before they become battles. You learn to address issues early when they're still small and manageable. You seek to understand the root causes of conflicts, not just the surface symptoms. Instead of trying to defeat your opponents, you look for solutions where everyone can win. This approach works in marriage disputes, business negotiations, and even international diplomacy. The energy you save by not fighting can be invested in creating better outcomes for everyone. The 8th lesson is about desire and contentment, and it's particularly relevant in our age of endless consumer temptation. Lao Tzu taught that those who know they have enough are truly wealthy. This isn't about living in poverty or denying yourself pleasure. It's about understanding the difference between wants and needs. When you're content with enough, you're free from the anxiety of constantly chasing more. You can enjoy what you have instead of always looking ahead to the next acquisition. This doesn't kill your ambition. It actually makes you more effective because you're motivated by purpose and joy rather than fear and insecurity. You pursue goals because they align with your values, not because you think they'll finally make you happy. The final lesson brings everything together in a beautiful paradox. Lao Tzu taught that by letting go of trying to control everything, you actually gain more influence over your life. When you stop grasping so tightly, opportunities flow to you more easily. When you release expectations, you're open to possibilities you never imagined. This doesn't mean being passive or irresponsible. It means doing your best work and then releasing attachment to specific outcomes. You plant seeds with care and attention, then trust the natural process of growth. You prepare thoroughly for opportunities, then remain flexible about how they unfold. This approach reduces anxiety while increasing effectiveness. These 9 lessons from Lao Tzu aren't just ancient philosophy. They're practical tools for navigating modern life with more grace, effectiveness, and peace. The beautiful irony is that by trying less hard to control everything, you actually accomplish more. By leading with humility, you become more influential. By accepting what is, you gain power to change what can be changed. The wisdom of the Dao T-Ching has survived for millennia because it speaks to something timeless in human nature. In a world that constantly tells you to do more, be more, have more, Lao Tzu whispers a different message. You're already enough, and the path forward is simpler than you think. Start with just one of these lessons this week. Notice how it changes your experience. The ancient masters' teachings aren't meant to be understood all at once, but lived gradually, like water slowly wearing smooth the rough edges of a stone. If you got value from this video, like it and subscribe to our channel.